DJM TV.
My betalicious person, I hear no good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time when you take the watch your show. This na DJM TV, daily news update. That your one-stop channel where they give you all the better gist them, breaking news, happening stories all around Nigeria and all over the world. That person be like say, once you need to get better update and information, you know say now here, that be your one-stop channel. Now, we'll take you straight to the matter where we'll carry come. Now, for some time, so kind of small gbege they play for inside Kwara State, especially for the capital Ilorin, wey be like say it get to do with religion. Now, you know say Muslim ladies they get what they cover their head, their body, like they call them Hijaab. That cloth covering be like say we have to cover. Sometimes they cover reach neck level. Some of them they cover below their chest level. Some they cover reach ground. That one and hijab, depending on the person belief and views. That's what they wear their hijab. Now you know say one of the ways to identify a Muslim lady now through the hijab where she wear. You understand? So most of them they wear and go places like schools, public, anything public function. They always they wear. But while they ground for some time inside Kwara State, sake of this hijab whether they wear, go schools in particular. Now, what make they cause problem for inside schools? This is not because most of the schools where these students they attend now missionary schools. And some of them they bear like St. John's, St. Gabriel, you know that kind of a thing. So most of them are missionary schools, and as missionary schools, they tell them say no, we don't want to wear this hijab come school. Rather, when I find something maybe scarf or maybe beret use rather than use the hijab. So it don't cause wahala, not be smart. So they at the time, the state government get to intervene. The state government order the closure of about 10 schools where be like say they no agree, make the students they wear hijab come school. Now why the state government close these schools? Matter because they go on top and they say these schools now missionary schools. Why government officials of Kwara State they come out and they say these schools them now government don't own, say government now own the school. Government neither they fund the school, government neither start the school since 1976. As such, the schools belong to the government. And since that the government they fund that, it don't become public schools. So the government get right to say where you want where come school, where get to represent religion or whatever. Yeah, as long as that they accepted uniform. And for the Muslim female students, the government said they go feel wear hijab come school. But the management of the schools don't come as cl0se say. These schools, they belong to missionaries. They be Christian schools. And as such, they don't want anybody to wear hijab come school. You understand? So the whole thing not be small matter play. As a matter of fact, the government can say, okay, these 10 schools there, but we will open these schools there so that students will continue that normal educational life. But then wahala for cutting was based on many people go stand in front of the gate of the schools, these different schools, to say lie, nobody go wear hijab enter this school. You understand? So it can cause kasala. People know it can cause more tete between parents and some of the youth therefore inside the community. So the police can get to come intervene for inside the matter. Now the Kwara State government don't come outside call talk officially. Official talk, let the Kwara State government call talk. Make you listen to what the Kwara State government talk for inside the matter. Now the Kwara State government on Wednesday will be the 17th of March 2021 don't maintain their stand. Say any female student for the state when one use hijab go any government owned school get the right to do so according to the Nigerian constitution. Now the controversy where they surround the use of this hijab by female students for government-funded missionary schools for Ilorin, Kwara State, North Central of Nigeria, they cause big wahala for inside the state. May I say for inside Nigeria, one of the things where they cause problem most times, where they easily cause problem, now religion. You understand? Especially when one religion say, that's what they want to do. The other people say no, not be so, we no want una do am like this, or more than not force us use do something the way una wan do according to una religion, sake of say we no join una religion, so more than do something the way una wan do am, make we do our own the way we want to am. You understand? No, so now wetin dey sup now be say after the argument turn into fight between the two different religious group for the state, the government intervene come talk say na the constitutional rights of any female Muslim student wey wan wear hijab go government missionary funded schools. So the government say because na dem dey fund the schools don become more like public schools, and as such the students fit wear wetin dem wan wear go the school. On top of the closure of the school, the president of the Baptist Conference for Kwara State don talk, wey be Victor Dada, don talk say dem close the schools for the girls as the rules for the schools no dey allow that kind dress wey be like say the female students dey wan wear enter the school. Now the Muslim on their own part don say e get one court judgment wey don rule say hijab dey allowed for public schools across the state, and they wonder why mission schools or missionary schools dey talk say make students no wear hijab. If you wear hijab, because they will drive you comot for the school environment. Now government don talk after several meetings wey don hold between the Muslim communities and the Christian community to find permanent solution to the wahala wey dey happen. Government don give temporary solution to the problem. Now the first temporary solution wey the Kwara State government get to do with the closing down of some of the schools temporarily first. But when they go say that will not work, they can't open the schools they back. You understand? They don't open the schools they back finish now. But for them, for the students to go school, it dey cause kasala. You get the matter now. So government get to, first of all, the police get to intervene. After police intervene to scatter the blow me I blow you way that it won't happen before, the government of the Kwara State don't come aside, come talk wetin dem feel say be the best option for this kind situation. Now they don't decide say these missionary schools, one of the court ruling don talk say the schools belong to the government, because na government dey fund the school. So government dey say more na wear hijab go school. The school management dey say more na no wear hijab go school. Now the wetin be the way forward for this matter now, because government say the schools dey defy government directive. So the way forward for this matter, the Kwara State government, they don't say don't reject claims say any of the schools still belong to the missionaries. You understand? As High Court and Appeal Court don't rule in favor of the Kwara State government, say na them get the school, say because na them they fund the school for a very long time now. So they don't beg members of the public and religious organizations to let peace reign, as in they respect the fundamental human rights of the school girls for inside Kwara State. Now, many people don't react to this hijab controversy, you understand, for Kwara State. Many people don't react. You trust that social media don't carry am. Hashtag hijab, hashtag missionary. You get the matter now. So what most of people they talk now be saying? While some of them there of the opinion say, I believe they made them wear their hijab go school. Not only Kwara State for the happen. It happen for many other states. They wear hijab, they go school. That's normal thing. If they made them wear their thing, they go school. Why some others also say, if you know say you want go Christian school, you go there ready to abide by the rules that they will give you for the religion aside. For instance, if Christian girls go Muslim school where they owned by Muslims, like Islamic schools, they decide maybe the only school there for their area, or for like northern Nigeria, like say they majorly now Muslims they majorly, so almost everybody wear hijab go school. As a Christian, you won't go school for that kind of place. You say you go still cover your hair as a girl where you go school for that kind of area. So people gonna say since that kind of thing go fit happen for school, like say now Muslim get, then if now missionary schools make you ready to abide by their rules. For example, it go there somehow it is strange to see person wear hijab go school where they call like St. John the Vincent missionary school or Baptist high school. Of only the name, you know, don't even tell you, don't say this one a Christian school. And if they tell you, say, no, where this one come, you know, suppose wear them. Now, some other people say, what do you mean that they argue, what do you mean that they fight? They say not use hijab, use beret. Have our head covering. Now head covering. Almost if I cover the head. They say no, you don't use hijab. You use beret, go to school, or use a tie scarf, go to school. Some other people do have the thought, say, why you ever go as a Muslim? Why you ever go Christian school in the first place? You don't know say if you go Christian school, anything you do for them, now you're supposed to. When you do for a Rome, you will behave like the Romans. And so they talk the matter past. People don't come as I talk their own different reaction. But the Kwara State government see they stand on their right or stand their ground, say this missionary school, since the Kwara State government they fund them since 1976, and the courts don't rule say the Kwara State government get them. They no longer be missionary schools again. Rather, they don't become state-owned public schools. So people they say, okay, if na state-owned public school, we can change the names of the schools to reflect say na government get the school and na public schools. Ultimately put it on. Now most of these schools, when they close them, when they don't open, about 10 of them, make you hear their names. So you go no say, so people use a chat, they don't use a chat because they won't just talk. You understand? Now, some of these schools' name include St. John Secondary School, Baptist Secondary School, Bishop Smith Secondary School, Cherubim and Seraphim College, St. Anthony College, Surulere. Others include the cl0se Secondary School, Barnabas Secondary School, St. John School, St. William Secondary School, and St. James Secondary School. Now all of us know say all these names are Christian names. It depicts say the schools are missionary schools. So for me, I go say make the Kwara State government do the needful. If they want to say okay, make they wear hijab, they go school. Make the Kuma just change the names of the schools. I think that the problem with this one. You understand? Make they just change the names of the school to reflect say government school. You understand? Maybe call according to the name of one chief or one any other one change the name. They just change the name. No longer they reflect missionary schools. Anyway, how you see this matter? You shook my put for the matter self. They suppose to fight whether students go wear hijab go school or not. You feel say they change the names of the school to they reflect say na government get the school, or you feel say the missionaries management they right to say na Christian school be this, so we no want hijab as part of the dressing for inside our school. Anyway, you visit the matter, put your comment down for the comment section. And I beg, it is not the first time when you see any of our videos. Make you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. After you don't subscribe, then you touch the notification bell so that anytime we will drop news, you will be one of the first persons to know say better don't land for inside DJM TV. You understand? That person they give you better gist. And also don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also for our newly added TikTok. You understand? We they drop the news there. Even for our website at www.djmtv.news. We they drop news on there 247. You go there, you will get update like as in per second billing. You get the matter. And in case you the one that say, okay, I don't subscribe, I don't do everything, but I get marketing I want to say, and I like place advert to now. In fact, you did very welcome. If you place your advert with us, and you did rest assured say your advert will reach the desired market, and your business will just flow like this. Fiam. You get the matter that they be. Well, until I come your way again with another edition of DJM TV Daily News Update. My name is still remain Lawuro Favor, and they tell you say when you there for a room, you say you will behave like the Romans. Una well done.
DJM TV. DJM TV.
Fulani people don't say no, they don't like it.
Welcome to DJM TV.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.
Some of the delegates are asked the question.
DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV. DJM TV.